What if I told you that a simple 5-cent coin from 1971 could secretly be worth an unbelievable $100 million? Sounds impossible, right? But today, you're going to discover why collectors are going crazy over certain rare coins, and how one small detail could turn an ordinary coin into a life-changing treasure. So before you spend or ignore any old nickel in your pocket, make sure you watch this video till the end, because what you're about to learn could completely change how you look at coins forever. Welcome back to Coin Study, the channel where we uncover hidden treasures in everyday coins and help you understand their real value. Today's spotlight is on the Liberty 1971 USA 5-cent coin. At first glance, it looks like any other nickel, something you might not even notice. But the truth is, some versions of this coin are extremely rare and highly valuable to collectors around the world. Let's start with the basics. The 1971 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson nickel, features Thomas Jefferson on the front and his famous home, Monticello, on the back. Millions of these coins were produced in 1971, which is why most of them are still only worth their face value. However, not all coins are created equal. Certain variations, errors, and conditions can make a huge difference in value. Now here's where things get interesting. Coin collectors are always searching for rare mint errors and unique features. In 1971 nickels, some of the most valuable types include coins with double die errors, off-center strikes, or unusual mint marks. These errors happen during the minting process and are extremely rare, which is why collectors are willing to pay huge amounts for them. For example, a double die coin occurs when the design is stamped twice slightly off alignment, creating a visible doubling effect on the letters or numbers. If you look closely at the word Liberty or the date 1971 and notice a shadow like duplication, you might be holding something special. Similarly, an off-center strike happens when the coin is not properly aligned during minting, causing part of the design to be missing or shifted. These types of errors can dramatically increase a coin's value. Another important factor is the mint mark. In 1971, nickels were minted in different locations such as Philadelphia and Denver. Coins from these mints may have slight variations, and in some cases, rare mint mark errors can occur. A missing mint mark or an unusual placement can make the coin far more valuable than a standard version. Condition is also critical. Coins that are in uncirculated or near-perfect condition are always more valuable than worn-out ones. Collectors use grading systems to determine a coin's condition, ranging from poor to mint state. A 1971 nickel in mint state condition with a rare error could be worth thousands or even more. Now you might be wondering, how can you check if your coin is valuable? Start by examining it carefully under good lighting. Look for any unusual features, doubling, or misalignment. Use a magnifying glass if possible, because some details are too small to see with the naked eye. Also, compare your coin with verified images from trusted sources to spot any differences. It's also important to avoid cleaning your coin. Many people think cleaning will increase value, but in reality, it can damage the surface and reduce its worth significantly. Collectors prefer coins in their original condition, even if they appear slightly worn. One more thing that makes certain coins incredibly valuable is their rarity combined with demand. Even a small error can become extremely valuable if only a few examples exist and collectors are actively searching for them. That's why staying informed and knowing what to look for is so important. And this is exactly why videos like this matter. Because most people unknowingly spend rare coins without ever realizing their true value. Imagine having a coin worth thousands or even millions and using it to buy something small. That's a mistake you definitely want to avoid. So take a moment today to check your old coins, especially any 1971 nickels you might have. Look closely, be patient, and don't rush. Because sometimes, the smallest details can lead to the biggest discoveries. Now in the next part, we are going to dive even deeper into the rarest known 1971 nickel variations, real collector stories, and the shocking truth behind how a coin like this could reach a value as high as $100 million. Now let's go deeper into the rare side of the 1971 Liberty 5-cent coin, because this is where things become truly fascinating and where the real value begins to reveal itself. While millions of these coins exist, only a very small number fall into the category that collectors call exceptional. These are coins with unique stories, extreme rarity, or minting mistakes so unusual that they become one-of-a-kind pieces. One of the most talked about possibilities in the coin collecting world is the existence of undiscovered error coins. These are coins that were released into circulation without anyone noticing their uniqueness at the time. Decades later, collectors continue to find rare pieces hiding in plain sight. This is why checking your coins carefully is so important, because discoveries are still happening even today. Let's talk about high-grade coins. A 1971 nickel that has never been used, with sharp details, no scratches, and original shine, can already be worth far more than a regular coin. These are known as mint state coins. The higher the grade, the rarer the coin becomes. Professional grading services examine coins under strict standards, and a top-grade example can sell for significantly higher prices at auctions. Now imagine combining that perfect condition with a rare mint error. That's when values can jump dramatically. There are also cases where coins have experimental compositions or were struck using the wrong planchet. These types of errors are extremely rare and often become headline items in major auctions. Even though such cases are uncommon, they prove that the minting process is not always perfect, and rare mistakes do slip through. Another important factor is historical and collector demand. Over time, certain coins gain attention because of media coverage, collector interest, or unique backstories. When more people become aware of a specific coin, demand increases. And when demand rises while supply remains extremely limited, prices can skyrocket. You might be wondering about the claim of a $100 million value. Here's the reality you need to understand clearly. No standard 1971 5-cent coin has ever sold for anywhere near that amount. However, in the world of rare collectibles, values are sometimes driven by extreme rarity, unique characteristics, and private collector interest. If a completely unique coin with an extraordinary error and historical significance were discovered, its value could reach levels that seem unbelievable. That's why it's important to stay realistic but also curious. Most 1971 nickels you find will be common and worth only a small amount. But the excitement comes from the possibility that one rare piece could be hiding among them. And that possibility is what keeps collectors searching every day. Let's also talk about where people actually find valuable coins. Many discoveries happen in everyday places. Old coin jars, inherited collections, garage sales, and even pocket change can sometimes hold surprises. People who take the time to check their coins carefully often have a much better chance of finding something valuable. If you believe you have found a rare coin, the next step is verification. Do not rely only on guesswork. Try to compare your coin with known examples, and if it looks promising, consider showing it to a professional coin dealer or sending it to a grading service. Authentication is very important, especially when dealing with potentially valuable coins. Also remember that patience is key in coin collecting. Not every coin will be valuable, and not every search will lead to a discovery. But with knowledge, consistency, and attention to detail, your chances improve over time. Before we wrap up, here's something important for every viewer of coin study. Always treat your coins carefully. Avoid touching the surface too much, store them in safe holders, and keep them away from moisture or damage. Preserving condition is one of the most important factors in maintaining value. Now let's come to the big question everyone has been waiting for. What is the value of the Liberty 1971 USA 5-cent coin? In most cases, this coin is only worth its face value of 5 cents. In better condition, it may be worth a few dollars. Rare error coins can reach hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their uniqueness and condition. And in extremely rare, almost unimaginable cases, if a one-of-a-kind error coin with historic importance were ever discovered and demanded by elite collectors, the value could reach extraordinary levels, even being talked about in terms as high as $100 million. That's the power of rare coins. Something small, simple, and often overlooked can turn into something incredibly valuable. So before you ignore that old coin lying around, take a closer look, because you never know what treasure might be hiding in your hands. If you found this video helpful, make sure to stay connected with Coin Study for more rare coin discoveries, value guides, and hidden treasure tips that could change the way you see money forever.